The Bold and the Beautiful spoilers for Monday, August 20th, tease that Hope will have some help as she will arrive in town, so Brooke will be thrilled to have her girls in the same room. She'll truly treasure these sweet family moments. Of course, a couple other Logan women will be there as well. Katie and Donna will join the pre-wedding bash, so they'll all have fun before the main event kicks off. Meanwhile, things won't be near as exciting for Steffy. She'll dread hearing Liam and Hope exchange heartfelt vows. Taylor will likely give Steffy another chance to back out of this gathering. She'll wonder how Steffy can watch Hope steal the father of her child. However, Steffy may point out that Hope's also expecting a baby. Since Steffy took herself out of the equation, Liam's free to be with anyone he wants. Steffy will think it makes sense for Liam to begin a new chapter with Hope. They'll be a family, but so will Steffy, Liam, and Kelly. It'll just take some work to figure all this out. Taylor will still be worried about how much Steffy's heart can take. She'll decide she has to speak with Liam ASAP and talk him out of this marriage. B&B spoilers say Taylor will find Liam in his tux at the cabin. She'll announce that she wants to make one last plea on behalf of Steffy. Liam will lower his head as Taylor speaks about the love they share. She'll want Liam to see that Steffy's the one he's meant to be with. Liam will assure Taylor that he'll always love her daughter, but he'll maintain that Hope's his future now. He's accepted that, so he'll urge Taylor to accept it, too. The Bold and the Beautiful spoilers say Taylor won't succeed in stopping this wedding, so expect Liam and Hope to make it official soon. Are you looking forward to the Lope nuptials? Do you think Liam's making a good decision or rushing into another mistake? We'll give you updates as other Bold and the Beautiful news comes in. At Brooke's house, Brooke tried to convince Hope to work on the family dynamics with Steffy another time, but Hope was insistent upon inviting Steffy to the wedding. Brooke didn't know why Taylor, a loose cannon in the best of scenarios, had to be there. It was a disaster waiting to happen, in Brooke's mind, and she decided that Taylor and Steffy weren't invited. At the Cliff House, Steffy wanted her mother to accompany her to Hope's wedding. Taylor called it emotional abuse for Hope to expect Steffy to smile and watch Hope steal Steffy's husband. Steffy replied that Liam wasn't hers anymore. Steffy didn't think she ever asked for much, but it was one of the rare times she needed her mother. She asked if Taylor could go to the wedding without causing a scene. Taylor didn't think she could. As Taylor insisted that Steffy should fight for her daughter to have a two-parent home, the way Taylor's had when Steffy had been growing up, Taylor's phone rang. On the line was Brooke, checking if Taylor was still in town. Taylor said she was, and she agreed to meet Brooke at her house. After the call, Taylor prepared to leave, but Steffy said Taylor didn't really have to go. Disagreeing, Taylor said she did, and the conversation had been a long time in the making. Later, Ridge and Steffy had just put the baby down, and he decided to leave. Steffy ribbed him for trying to take off after seeing the baby, but he replied that he was trying to give her a chance to rest. He remembered how hard it had been for him and Taylor with Thomas and twins. Steffy said Ridge had just missed seeing Taylor. Steffy was worried about her mother. Ridge asked why, and Steffy replied that Taylor could be walking into a disaster. When Steffy filled Ridge in about her and Taylor's invitations to Hope's wedding, Ridge was shocked that Steffy had agreed to go. He assumed it was why Taylor's had gone to speak to Brooke. Steffy explained that Brooke had called Taylor about meeting. Ridge asked why. Steffy didn't know why but assumed that Brooke wasn't happy about having to put Taylor and Steffy on the guest list. Ridge didn't think it was good. Steffy replied that Brooke and Taylor could argue all they wanted, but Hope wanted Steffy at the wedding. Ridge asked what Steffy wanted. Steffy wanted to include her mother. That's nice, Ridge quipped. He asked if Steffy really thought Taylor wanted to sit and watch another Logan happily ever after. Steffy replied that Taylor would also see Steffy and Hope overcoming their differences to put their children first. Ridge sarcastically said it was so nice that Hope and Steffy could work it all out at Steffy's expense. I'm not gonna let that happen, Ridge declared. Steffy noted that her mother felt the same way. Ridge wasn't surprised and said Taylor was protective of Steffy. Almost too protective, Steffy quipped. Ridge asked what that meant and said it was what parents did. He believed that parents would do anything they could to make their kids happy. Steffi replied that it was what she was afraid of. She didn't even want to think about what Taylor was saying to Brooke. Looking at the picture of Steffi and Liam that hung on the wall, Ridge asked if it was a good idea to have it there, reminding her of the past. Steffi said it was best for Kelly, and she pointed out that Ridge had said parents would do anything for their children. But I also said not at your expense, Ridge stated. Ridge asked if Steffi was okay. Steffi wasn't. She asked how she could be. She stated that there were consequences to one's actions, and hers were losing Liam and living without the father of her child for the rest of her life. Steffi believed Kelly would think she was born from something beautiful, and it would never occur to Kelly to feel sorry for Steffi. Steffi said she didn't feel sorry for herself and wouldn't, not when she had something more important to feel. Kelly would look up to Steffi, and Steffi would give Kelly something to look up to. It meant no more begging for Liam or wondering if she was the woman for him. Steffi said he was marrying Hope and was where he was meant to be. Steffi asked how she could claim to love him if she couldn't find happiness in it. Ridge asked if it meant Steffi would go to the wedding. Steffi replied that for Kelly, she could do anything. Hope arrived at the cabin. Liam told her that he'd asked Wyatt to be the best man. Hope thought it was good and said she'd realized that someone was missing from the guest list. Liam didn't know the person Hope meant. Later, Hope asked if Liam thought she'd made a bad decision. Liam didn't know. He was just trying to imagine how Steffi would feel about watching him and Hope exchange vows. Hope said it might help the three of them move forward as a family and commit to a different future for their children. It would also show their three families that they could rise up and move forward. Hope thought it would be a huge step forward. Liam hoped she was right. Hope felt that Steffi had been an important part of Hope's life, and it no longer felt right to be at odds with Steffi. Hope hoped that Steffi would actually attend the wedding. Assuming that not even Nostradamus could have predicted Steffi's desire to attend the wedding, Liam asked if Hope was sure Steffi wanted to take part in it. Hope replied that Steffi had said so, and Hope wouldn't want it if Steffi would be uncomfortable. Hope wanted their wedding, their last wedding, to be a drama-free celebration with friends and family, and Steffi was both. Back at Brooke's house, Taylor arrived. She said she'd been visiting her granddaughter, and she was glad that she and Brooke could do this over here because babies picked up on toxic energy. Brooke claimed that there was nothing toxic about it. Brooke had just wanted to talk to Taylor. Taylor corrected that it was to argue because they didn't see eye to eye on anything, including the adulterous wedding Brooke was planning. Brooke wondered if inviting Taylor there was a mistake. Taylor didn't think she should be surprised by any of it because Hope was the daughter of Deacon, the man you had an affair with after you stole my husband. Taylor called Hope a carbon copy of Brooke and said Brooke had another thing coming if she thought Taylor would take more of Brooke's abuse. Brooke wanted to start over. Taylor decided that they could pick up back when her kids were young, and Brooke was throwing herself at their father. Brooke didn't think Taylor should be stuck in the past. Taylor claimed that she'd moved on but said Brooke needed to think again if she thought Taylor would let Brooke step on Taylor's daughter. Brooke said they couldn't do anything about Liam's decision to make a life with Hope, and after all Brooke and Taylor had been thought with Ridge, Brooke assumed one would think the women would understand the position Liam was in. Brooke asserted that they needed to support Liam's decision. Taylor said Liam had made the decision only because Steffi had taken herself out of the equation. Taylor also thought Brooke's support was really Brooke micromanaging the wedding plan. Brooke refused to apologize for throwing a wedding for two people who wanted to be married. Taylor claimed that the two already had been married, and it hadn't worked. However, Brooke wanted to throw another wedding disaster as a show of support. To Taylor, it made no sense, and she suggested that Hope and Liam at least get counseling. Brooke roared that the couple didn't need counseling, they needed to get back the life Steffi